class. How is everybody? I'll sit here and dance the Christmas dance. How are y'all? Okay, where is everybody? Where are y'all? Hi, you guys. What are we doing? What's going on? I'm looking down at my computer to see if I'm logged in correctly. How is everybody? I know when I start these videos, no one pops up, so I can't see who I'm talking to. So I'm basically chatting with myself right now. Hi, you guys. Here I am talking to myself. How is everybody? That's so great. How are y'all? Yeah, how is everybody? I know, right? Oh my God. Oh my God, hi. Oh my goodness. Everybody's here. Clovis Fresno. I thought it was Clovis Friends. I'm like, okay, Clovis Friends. Clovis Fresno with my Clovis friends. Cool. Yeah, how is everybody? Tucson. Yeah, this is blue only because I'm wearing blue leggings because, you know, I'm going to say it. I have a class later on. So this is what's happening. And I can see the light in the frames. I swear to God, in the coming year, I'm going to get this under control. I've been saying that for years. It's like I'm full of shit. It's like I'm full of BS. Anyway, how is everybody? Washington State. Yes, Mississippi, everybody, Long Island. We always got people from Long Island. I'm going to plug this phone in before something happens and it goes down. Yeah, so here I go. I'm plugging it in case you wonder what I'm doing. Because I should have done it before I got on here. But no, that would be too much planning. Yeah, cool. All right, you guys. Winnipeg, Montana, South Carolina. Feel like romper room, like I need a mirror. Oh my goodness, you guys, what has been going on in the world? I was on TikTok, sorry, even though I personally am kicked off of TikTok for pretending to be myself. Okay. No, I am me. Oh my God, right? Anyway, so I'm kicked off of TikTok for impersonating myself, even though I am myself. I can't with people. I can't with AI. I just can't. Yeah, no, have you seen? So all these little people on TikTok, they're like, it's so wonderful that Luigi, whatever his name is, did what he did and gave his life up. I'm like, what is actually going on when you say that? First of all, why would anybody suggest that what that kid did is worth what he did, right? Meaning his life. Why, as a human being, understanding what, yes, it is definitely MK Ultra. It's so MK Ultra. I'm like, you don't run up and like whack someone in the back unless you're like a fucking evil weirdo. Number one. Number two, why are people applauding this? Thank you from Jersey. Why are people applauding this? I'm like blown away, right? I'm like blown away. Just like completely, it's so indescribable to me that you would think that you should be applauding this person. It's ridiculous. Oh, it has to be. No, nobody in their right mind. They're total psyops. These people are so fucking stupid. So far in the last week, I've heard we have an alternate universe that's going backwards. News for the general public. We are in reverse world, okay? The other world is going forward. We just missed the escalator and the sign that said, you know, come to normality. We took the opposite way. Like we thought we pushed the envelope. We came here. Anyway, they say there's like an alternate universe going backwards. Okay, no, we're going backwards. We are backwards. Thank you, Katrina. Thank you for that. And then I heard there's a planet that got into our atmosphere and is making all the planets move away. I call bullshit. Here I am. Bullshit on that, okay? I'm like, what? Shut up. They're trying everything. They're trying everything. It's almost humorous. I have no respect for these people. None. I know the microphone's hilarious. Well, I have no respect for these people. If you listen to the government, it's crazy. Now, what I find really funny Okay, the devils are going after you, Sloan. The devils. Yeah, they can't get me because I walk with Jesus. In the name of Jesus, amen. Sorry. I mean, people are going to come for you throughout your life. You got to stop being a scared bitch and not speaking up. So, like, remember that. The more people threaten you and the more people do it, you're doing something right because they want you to shut up. But, I never have shut up and I'm not going to shut up. So, you shut up, right? You shut up. Shut the up. Shut up in the name of Jesus. Amen. Y'all. Yeah. That's just so weird. You guys are stupid. I'm not afraid of anything or anybody. So, yeah. And the devils are in the government. If you want to know who the devils are, check out Nancy Pelosi. That's one. Check out Biden. That's another. By the way, check out Trudeau. Is that not the funniest? Like his whole cabinet bailed on him. Have you noticed? I don't know. It could be me and I could be like a weirdo, but have you noticed that since Trump got elected, even though he's not in office, that Germany's government collapsed? First France, Germany, sorry, Canada, and then Germany. So what exactly did Trump say to these people in his little meetings with them, right? what, what, right? What was said about that? Like what, right? Using the poor kid to cut. I know. Well, I know, right? I respect nobody. I got news for you, Jimmy B. I respect nobody. You know who I respect? Myself. I won't bother you and I won't not bother you, but like you don't make any difference to me. People, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. I don't give a shit. Because at the end of the day, when I die, I stand before my God, and that's what I do. I try to treat people with kindness. But you know what's really funny on the internet? All of these like people are like, they come on here and it's like, what is wrong with you? Like, I think they've got to be bots. So, I mean, whatever. You make me money though, so I'm going to keep saying that. You make me money, bots. That's right. When you insult me on here, I make more money. So please keep doing it because it works for me. Okay. Anyway, so stupid, so stupid. I have the tapes. I have the tapes. That's what's happening. Well, Trudeau has a cabinet full of pedophiles, number one. Thank you for reporting. Yeah. The drones, okay. The drones are, what is it called? Elon Musk's brother's company, NovaWorks Entertainment, is a drone company where they put on like drone shows like that. So I'm assuming it has something to do with that and something to do with the government. There's no way our government is going to allow shit to fly overhead, right? And then the shit that flies overhead just to randomly wander into, weaponized airspace. I mean, be serious, right? I mean, you just don't ask what they are. They're not aliens, okay? Aliens don't need to fly over nuclear zones and Navy spaces and all of that. Yeah, it's just a joke. It's a joke. Do you not get that the government is a joke? Like, and here's what I'm going to say to everybody, which has been my motto for the last, has been, my throat is killing me, has been my motto for the last while. Okay, first of all, I forget what I was just saying. But anyway, when it comes to the government, if you're believing the government, there's something seriously wrong with you. Seriously, the government, first of all, they've tricked humanity into paying their bills all the time. So they've tricked us into paying them through taxes. Yeah, aliens are already here, but they don't need to fly over Navy space in military drones and then pretend that they're aliens. I mean, oh, I wonder what they are. Yeah, yeah, okay, shut up. Anyway, yeah, it's all distractions. But what I'm thinking, which is so interesting, is everything that QAnon said is actually happening. I know, it's entertainment, the government. First of all, never listen to these people. You don't have to like insult them or anything, but if you listen to them, I don't get what's wrong with you. Like, never in my consciousness as a person has it occurred to me to turn on the news, listen to an authority. First of all, you're not my authority. Number one, okay? You're not my authority. You do not answer morally to what my soul answers morally to, which is to my God, which happens to be Christian in my case. So it's my moral compass. So no amount of money, no amount of telling me I need to put a vaccine in my arm, no amount of anything for any amount of money is going to make me change what I need to do, right? You don't need to change. I am not going to change for the government. I'm not going to do what you tell me to do. I don't care. I don't eat fast food. I mean, occasionally I have an ice cream or a fry, but I don't really eat it. I didn't feed my kids that. I never believed that fast food was food. That basically happened because I had a friend that bought a Taco Bell and showed me what the meat was. I never ate Taco Bell anyway. I know Trudeau is the biggest, I'm going to use the word pussy ass bitch I've ever seen. I mean, it's like you, as a woman, okay, maybe I'm really a guy inside, but as a woman, I want to go up and go, bitch, and slap him right in the face. He's such a fucking asshole. And what he's done to our country, the country of Canada, not here, America. And that's what I was saying. Taco Bell was my first job. Tell me you didn't eat it. And if you did, you probably got a stomach ache and stopped. But Trudeau is clearly, now let's not forget, he had 4 college roommates, 3 of whom were convicted of pedophilia. You can look that up. He had Peter Danglish, the humanities minister in 2016, arrested for molesting boys in Nepal, who was his humanities minister. There's Laura Silsbury, but I'm not sure if she was connected to Canada or just trying to get them out of there. So it just goes on and on. Plus what they teach you in Canadian books. Plus Canada's a little bit socialist for my liking. I'm not for any government. I don't need a daddy. My daddy failed me. I don't need another one to fail me. Thank you so much. I don't need a man, usually a man, telling me what to do under the label of we're the authority. Who the fucking died and left you authority? You're not with me when I go through shit in my life. You're only there to collect money, okay? Yeah, I know. I absolutely, no, literally, literally, you're not there. Okay. So like one time, this is probably 2016. I was leaving my house at like 1:30 in the morning, as I do, to go hiking in Palm Springs. And I was driving up my hill and this cop pulls me, well, he puts his lights on when I go through a green light, puts his lights on. So I have to get off the main road. There's accidents on the street every single day and people like fly into poles and shit and die every day. So I go up to the next light and turn left. This fat fuck gets out of his car. This fat fuck on the government dole, piece of shit, piece of shit, gets out of his car with a young cop who's obviously following him. It's the middle of the night, right? But I've got like peanut butter sandwiches in the car. I've got hiking poles. I got water. I got my shoes. I got diet soda. I got the shit I take hiking, right? Yes, I know diet soda is toxic, but it's really good after you've hiked like 20 miles. Anyway, I go up there and this guy's like, have you been drinking? And I'm like, no. When's the last drink you had? Listen, you motherfucker, when I was a child, up until the age of 20, I learned what you people do. So I live my whole life where you are not going to catch me because you see what they do? When was the last drink you had? So when you say I had a drink, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. When you say I had a drink at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, that gives them license to say you drink, right? That gives them license. So they trick you into it. I don't drink. I haven't drank since I got pregnant with Jason. So technically I was 23. I had him at 24. So I drank wine after Keith for 1 month for some reason. I craved alcohol that entire pregnancy with Keith. The entire pregnancy, I wanted alcohol. Obviously, I didn't drink. But, right? So I said, I don't drink at all. I don't drink at all. And he's like, when did you drink? He's like screaming at me. I started laughing at him. I'm like, I don't drink. On the other hand, when's the last time you ate a cheeseburger with fries, you fat fuck? Anyhow, I didn't say that. So the young guy's got a flashlight and he's looking in my passenger side. I roll the window down. I'm like, peanut butter sandwiches, jelly, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, water, Diet Coke, and protein bars. I'm going hiking. So after they tried to catch me for being drunk, because if they pull you over drunk, then that's at least $15,000. You're forced in California to pay your fines that equal like up to 8 to 10,000. Plus you got to pay your lawyer, so 5,000. Plus you have to pay to go to the DUI classes that they send you to. Do you see what a racket is? Do you see what a racket is? Do you get what it is? So I'm like, you're not catching me, bitch. You're not going to catch me. So this bitch says, well, you went through a red light. I'm like, no, I didn't. And here's another little thing I'll tell you. So I go to court and the guy says, the whoever on the bench, he's like, the regular judge isn't here. Will you take a, whatever a temporary judge is, like a pro tem, I think. Never say yes to that. Make the cop come back and talk to the regular judge. Because those clowns there have one goal, and it's to make you pay a fine. Nor, they won't let you fight a ticket until you pay the ticket, but you can't fight the ticket and then go to traffic school. You have to make a decision about letting them think they're right. Fuck you, court system, okay? Just really fuck you. Anyhow, that's why I don't drink and drive. Don't get caught drinking and driving. Just literally don't do that. Don't. And then, and then, so getting back to the original thing, you know how they used to teach you? Thank you for that. Do you know when you were younger, they used to teach you like you don't want to live in Russia because they're all brainwashed and they can't watch TV and they don't get that. Tallulah's fantastic. She's napping on the couch. She's napping. So you can't, they're brainwashed, they're mind controlled, the government, the same as North Korea. I got news for everybody. Here comes the microphone. America is Russia. Whatever they tell you about Russia is happening here. We are caged. This is not free. This is terrible. This is awful country because we have been brainwashed. We have been silenced. We have been forced into medical fucking testing like guinea pigs, okay? And I don't care if you're a coward and you're afraid of dying. That's your fucking prerogative. I'm not that kind of coward, okay? So no. But no, Russia is more free. I'm telling you, Russia and North Korea, more free. If you don't think we are mind controlled in this country, you're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. It is insanity. Do you remember? I've just got to go back to when COVID hit. Do you remember when COVID first hit in 2020? You remember how I think it was Trump that said he put Navy ships out in the wherever harbor in New York. I forget where it was, but New York, wherever it was, for the COVID people that were overflowing the hospitals, right? How come not one doctor in a fucking hospital, okay, in a loser hospital, not one of those assholes crying on the news, there's so many people dying, we have body bags. Shut up, liars. Not one of them took their bodies on to, it was New York, took them on to those ships where they would be away from people, first off. Secondly, they would be over there, right? Nobody took them over there. The ships, we paid for them, and these fucking losers, these piece of shit doctors, yes, I'm calling them that. You know why? Stop. Yes, I know exactly. Stop in the name of love. Anyway, stop being doctors and taking money as a payoff, $40,000 every time you give someone a shot. Because I'm not here to make you rich, have your wife drive a Mercedes. I don't care. So interesting. And then they had that loser, what's his name? The two brothers. Oh my God. Cuomo. Whichever Cuomo loser, okay, whichever brother, okay, filtered through the TV system in order to espouse nonsense. They had that guy and he was like, oh my God, we don't have any masks. Nobody can breathe. Shut up. Okay, and I'm not denying people died, but shut up. Just shut up. And then somebody went and opened a closet and they took all of those oxygen masks and they fell out. And then they said, I don't know which brother it was, whichever brother, they said, and he's going to win an Emmy. That should have told you that it was a game. Why would a journalist win an Emmy? An Emmy is for an actor, not a journalist, because a journalist leads with facts, and facts are not worthy of being nominated by the elite pedos that give awards to each other for each other, known as Emmys, Oscars, Grammys, and all of that. That's not what that's for, okay? It's not what it's for. What it is for, right? What it is for fakery. They show you because they mistakenly believe, okay? They mistakenly believe that if they tell you up front and you're a dumbass and you listen to them, that they don't reap the karma. Wrong. Sorry, wrong. You have it wrong. You will still atone for what you did, even if you let us know ahead of time, because you're not supposed to be a fucking asshole doing shit like that when we're paying with our families, shutting down businesses, all of that. So I have a real problem with what they're doing all over the place, a huge problem. Now there's drones. No one cares. Shoot them out of the sky. You know what? Send your fucking homemade whatever up into the sky and take those people down. If that's what it is, and you don't know what they are, then you're not going to stop me from protecting myself from some unknown whatever flying object going over my house. If I have whatever kind of contraption I need to take the thing out of the sky, okay? Like, do you hear what they're saying? Jay-Z can fuck off and suck his friend's dick. What the hell is that? Okay, oh my God, I'm on a rant again. What the hell is that? Jay-Z's lawyer comes out and says he's not friends with P. Diddy. Huh? What? What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Jay-Z is not only friends with P. Diddy, you're going down like P. Diddy. You're all going to go down. Yeah, I know. Pulitzer prizes aren't real either. They give them to every clown. Look at the honors they get from, what do you call it? Government honors, whatever. Like Obama gave them out, Clinton gave them out, Oprah got one. I mean, Ellen got one. Medals of honor from the government, they're a lie. Like when the Queen knights you, you know what you are. You know exactly what you are. Yeah, you like kids. When the Queen gives you a sir whoever, it's because you've played the pedo pandemic game. And that's what you're getting. There is no Queen. There's only King Sausage Fingers. I didn't make up that name for him. Other people did. It's absurd. Just because you show your evilness up front and speak it does not mean you're going to avoid karmic retribution. Period. Period. And anybody, I sound like a mental patient. I realize this. I have to actually calm down and stop drinking coffee. No, it's true. All of those people that get their little knighthood by the Queen or whatever it is, sainthood, knighthood. No, it's Vatican sainthood. By the way, the Vatican's full of shit. Anybody who believes those people are ridiculous. Cosmic Q, everyone in the dark fleet here. Okay, I don't even know what's going on. I'm reading stuff on my thing. But it's really, period. I don't have a period anymore because I'm menopausal. This is what happens in menopause. No, I was like this as a little kid. I always spoke up and I was always told to shut up. In fact, in my own house, I've been told I say stupid shit. People don't want to hear me talk. And this is by younger people in my old house. They're like, you talk stupid, Sloan. You say stupid shit. At least I say shit. At least I say shit. Okay? Anyway, yeah, I am a menopausal one. No, I'm serious. What happened to the cop? Oh, the fat cop. He just laughed in court. What's so interesting is Keith got pulled over by him too. And I told Keith, let's go fight this ticket with that cop. Anyway, Keithy passed before that happened. The cop was fat, old. No, he's probably not old. He's probably under 60. Fat. So if you're that heavy, you shouldn't be doing your job there, Smokey and the Bandit. He was like a really pale white man. It's always a man going, how much did you have to drink? The young kid was a tall brunette, skinny kid. And he was like, yeah, I don't think this chick's drunk. So I said, you want me to do a sobriety test? Do you want me to get out of the car and do it? Because I'll dance down the street. I'll dance down the street. Dance. Anyway, yes, it's in the valley. Chatsworth. We were in Chatsworth. just a fat white cop, just a pig, because he would not believe that I hadn't drank. And I really don't drink. And I'm constantly joking. I find everything funny. So when police pull me over, I don't find it a serious event because you've pulled me over and I haven't done anything. So I find it funny. No, I find everything funny and they don't like that. No sense of humor. You must be serious because we're the authority. You're not my authority. You can be who you want to be with your and your pretend set of rules that you think that I need to follow, which I do follow. I wasn't drinking and I didn't go through a red light. You can do whatever you want to do. However, you're not my authority. You're not my authority. Period. No, I answer to God in the name of Jesus. Amen. That's it. I don't know what to say. I don't smoke weed. I don't drive. I don't do anything like that because I know what they do. You're not my authority. No, I left home at 14. I didn't have anyone who was authority. Sorry. There is why would I do that? Oh my God, no. And especially not the police. See, our country's been set up on a Masonic system of authority as if we're stupid and we need to have authority above us because we're all too dumb to think. You can do what you want. I don't have to do what you want me to do. I don't need to follow in line. I don't need to act like I'm, unable to feed or clothe myself. I don't need to take from the government in order to me, for me to be whatever. That's why they don't like people that are independently employed. They don't like homeschoolers. I mean, some homeschoolers can be cult fringe wackos, no offense to the cult fringe wackos, but they don't like that because you don't follow their doctrine, right? You're not their person. So yeah, police are definitely gangs with a badge. Absolutely. I've met some good ones, but the traffic ones are a little bit aggro. Like they're like, do you know what you were doing? I'm like, do you know what you were doing? Everything they say to me, I say back to them. I'm really, and I can't look at them. So I hand my license out like this and I talk in this direction because I have such a temper that it's ridiculous. Like my temper just goes off. Yeah, homeschooling is the thing to do. It is their quota. And quota has nothing to do with keeping you safe. That's where people are mistaken. Thank you for that. I want to see what you said. That's where people are mistaken. All right. Hibiscus seams. Aw, thank you. Darling Bob will get justice. Yes, but not for a while. I don't know if it's been 2 years with your Bob, but not for a while. 2-year time frame. Don't know what that means. Diddy's lawyer. Yeah, no, the Luigi thing is some kind of psyop because why would people applaud a gunning down of another human being? Granted, even when they kill what you consider to be the most, it's about 2 years, Hibiscus, even when you consider it to be the most egregious human being, you do know that you cannot walk up and put a gun in the back of someone's head. That makes you a coward. I don't care why you're doing it. Get a sword and bring the person and have a duel if that's what you're going to do. But that's not what went on. That's not what went on. That's not at all. It's disgusting. And people are applauding it and they don't even know why they're applauding it because they probably don't even have their health insurance through that company. So I know it's very strange. He can be that, but you still shot someone in cold blood and he's a weaponized human it's not a lost soul. They're weaponized humans. So weaponized human is set up by a government contract through the family lineage. Somebody works in the family, the Navy, the Army, secretary, whatever it is, and then they mind control the kids. And then the kids are the ones that react. The school shooter that just happened, wherever that was, can't remember where it was, but I don't know what you're even talking about with that. Okay. I don't know if he's a patsy. He's a weaponized human. Yeah, the shooter at the kids' school, Wisconsin. Thank you. I just briefly saw that. It's really kind of obvious to me that they took the same DNA structure when they made this kid and then made this kid continue on with that. They're just repeating stories. It's just bizarre. It's just bizarre. It is bizarre. You need to teach your kids, if you go to a public school, they probably need to have a carry and conceal weapon themselves, even in second grade, so they can take care of some fucker that comes in and tries to do that. Seriously, it's disgusting. Who's doing this? Who's doing this? Is she a female though? Is she? Because I feel like no. That's just my opinion. She doesn't feel female to me. She feels like a weaponized human. And hopefully they torture her since she killed little kids and a teacher. Since she did that, maybe they should torture her. There should be no trial. We already know you did it. Go. What are you doing? Yeah, it's insanity. It's insanity. Wisconsin, yes. Psychics, it's not a silly question. Psychics do connect with aliens. I saw aliens as a kid around my bed. Was I being psychic at the time? No, I was seeing aliens. You know, oh, did she kill herself? Okay, she's dead. Damn it. She took that away from us. Bitch. Not only is she dead, she's a bitch for doing that. Or he's dead. Yeah, I feel like it's a he. I swear to God. Yes, I feel like it's a he. Yeah. Yeah, they are. I'm sorry, I didn't read much of it. I just caught a glimpse of it. And when I saw it, I was like, you know, just the manifesto, what they read was disgusting. Just disgusting. Yeah, that's what I felt. I don't know what she is or whatever. What, the Alexandra brothers, are those who doesn't hate man that's a female? Okay, you may like men, but we've all been punished by men. Especially government men, okay? Especially. We got to listen to them in the government. Like, I mean, geez. Anyway, I feel schizophrenia is just basically, I feel schizophrenia, the cat's like trying to do tricks over there. I feel schizophrenia is when the veil is not closed enough. Yeah, I don't care what John Bonet's father said. They keep doing it, and yet they never prove him innocent. They never do all of that. You guys do your research. You know that. She was on some sort of puberty medication. If you don't think that medication is going to make you go nuts, it triggers them to do it. And that's how it's set up to do it. So weaponized humans. Weaponized humans are started in babyhood and they're produced throughout childhood. Whichever parent takes a payoff for it. Yeah, she probably is a medium. Yeah, if I went and said I hear voices, that's why I stay sober too. I'm telling you, as a medium, as a psychic, I learned very early on, stop your drugs, stop your alcohol, because when you have kids, they'll try to take your kids away for being psychic. But if you're completely coherent, because I had so many fucking people threaten me with shit, open their mouth, well, you'll never get custody of your kids because you're fucking crazy, right? So in order to avoid being crazy, read, articulate, stand up for yourself and say, I talk to God, because what are they going to say to that? They aren't going to say anything to that when you're sober. That's it. And if they don't know about mediumship, I can't help them. If they want to give you a psych med to stop that, I don't know what to say. No, my TikTok is not back. They have banned me. Skeptics, who cares? They can be skeptic. They're going to die one day. They'll find out, right? They'll find out, right? Yeah, exactly. They'll find out. There's always skeptics, you know, and who cares what they say? I don't give a shit. Hasn't stopped me from earning my living doing this for 4 decades. Hasn't stopped me from earning a living. I've paid all my kids' bills and done all of that shit and managed to not go on welfare, any government assistance, by doing the work I do legitimately, soberly, you know, whatever, my entire life. So I've done that. I don't know what to say. So skeptics, that's fine. You be skeptic. I'm skeptical of the government. I don't think they care, right? So they don't care. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. That's it. Yeah. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Can you do a reading? Yeah, Jennifer Hudson doesn't interest me. She did what she did. We all know what it is. It's disgusting is what it is. Fragmented personalities, that's how they do it. They abuse you and fragment you. I don't know a Woodland Hills doctor. I don't know. What is with you people asking questions? This is not fun for me when they just pepper me with questions. You guys, stop doing that. It's boring. I like to talk about what I like to talk about, but I don't like people coming on and just throwing questions at me like I'm a fucking clown. Stop. Stop, y'all. I have no idea what y'all are talking about. I'm ready to settle down. I don't know what you're talking about, you guys. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see. What's new? Nothing. Nothing is new. Except that they send I'm trying to sit on my chair. Nothing is new except they try to send their bots. Here's what everybody should be doing. Here's what everybody should be doing, okay? Everybody should be trying to be as sober as you can be so you can see things clearly. As soon as you're sober, you can feel your emotions. Once you feel your emotions, you will heal your trauma. Once you heal your trauma, you will stop walking into the same problem. You will stop walking in there. So that's what people need to do, is start healing themselves for 2025. An industrial plant, I'm not really sure what it is. I get called that all the time. I get called CIA, FBI, all of that shit. Number one, I do have a friend that's going into the Secret Service. I said we should take a picture and that'll fucking freak everybody out. Anyway, she's one of my younger friends. But here's the thing, in another part of my life, in another thing that I do. Here's the thing, okay? Industry plant is somebody who's like a handler trainer within the industry of entertainment, or whichever division of entertainment. And they're in there in order to try and maneuver the conversation or the outline of the industry in a particular way. So they are given fame and power in order to respond in things in a certain way, right? CIA, FBI, I mean, I don't know what to say. Oh, I know the people just, they do that. One day I'll just shut off the comments and I'll talk. And I don't care if you watch. I'll do it for me. I don't care. So I can do that too. I can literally do that. And then what are you going to do? I will literally do a whole thing where I shut your comments off. You bitch ass bots won't get through. And then what? Then what are you going to do? Nothing is what you're going to do. Yeah, they control the narrative. That's what they do. And yes, yeah, Harley Pasternak. The CIA, FBI, they set people up. I mean, I mean, you know, I don't know what to say. It doesn't matter what they do. They have no authority over you. I mean, they can lock you up in this time frame if you commit a crime. That's why you got to walk the line in a particular way, but you don't have to do things that they tell you to do just because they say, do this, do that, right? So who would you, I haven't really thought about who's an industry plant. I assume they're all plants because they all lie, okay? So I assume that they're plants. That's it. I don't trust anybody at all. I don't even trust people in mainstream life. I'll tell you the story. No, I'll tell you the story. So like before Keith died at Christmas, I was going into Vaughn's with my friend to get a birthday cake for her. John was in the car and I asked him to come in with us. He's like, no, I'm going to listen to the ball game on the radio because we were having a birthday dinner. Anyway, I walked into Vaughn's. I kid you the fuck not. I see this guy all the time. And so it was probably 2 weeks before Christmas. Anyway, he had a little penguin. I've told this story before. He had a penguin by the cash register. And as I walked up, this is how demonic this planet is. As I walked up, he holds this up and I'm getting my stuff out and, doing this. And he holds it up and he goes, look into his eyes. He'll take your soul. And I'm like, okay. And I just looked at my friend and I was like, we're two psychics in line. And I'm like, can you fucking believe this? It's fucking, and then he snapped right back into normal. Yes, I'm serious. And so later on I showed John who it was. And he's like, well, that guy doesn't look like he's threatening. I go, but why would he say that? And he's like, yeah, that's fucked up. Something stepped inside. See, the demonic energy will do that. I was told I was at Costco prior to that day, buying stuff for Christmas and whatever. And I had been told that I would be going into war and they wanted me to paint my face like a warrior. That's the reference that they gave me. And then it was 6 months later that Keith died. So it was kind of interesting. I went into war right then. That guy, it was just bombard, bombard, bombard. That's what happens. Yeah. Wandsworth. I lived it. Yeah. It's so weird. The guy said that to me and I'm like, what? So I didn't look at the penguin. Yeah. Or it was, I think, a little stuffed penguin. Like it was supposed to be cute, right? It was supposed to be cute. And this weirdo said, yes, no, he said that. He said it. I was like, you are a fucked up bitch. Yeah, whatever he was doing though, he was like, look into its eyes. I'm like, I'm never fucking looking at it. And in my head, I'm like, in the name of Jesus, amen. Go away. I just looked at my friend and I was like, she looked at me and we were like, what? Yeah, it's so funny. I don't get nightmares at all. I don't get nightmares ever. I have no problem sleeping. Never get nightmares. Never have. I mean, if I have, they're so minimal that I don't remember getting them. Yeah, so nope, don't get sleep paralysis. None of that. I pray before I go to sleep and always have. I get cat paralysis if I let Tallulah in the bedroom. That's a problem. She's on my face. She's on my butt. She's on my feet. She's all over all night long. So I sleep with her on the couch out here and then I go to sleep and shut the door. So she can't get in because she is naughty and she rubs all over my face. Ayahuasca. Yeah, you know, it's funny. If you have to, I understand that religiously ayahuasca is for Native American religions and all of that. And that's fine because that's their religion. Okay. So I have no say so on that. And the drones are obviously a distraction. So when you're looking at having to be spiritual by ingesting psychedelics, then you're not really spiritual, are you? You need something to help you. That's like piling up on a bunch of like Viagra meds so you can fuck. Maybe you're not supposed to be doing that. Maybe you don't need to do that because your time is done, you know? So why are you taking a bunch of psychedelics to be spiritual? You either are or you're not, right? What? Okay, if you worry about the drones, what is it you're going to do about it? Because you couldn't even do anything. I'm talking you, people as a collective, when they tried to shove poison in your arms, which I'd be more worried about. Okay? I'd be more worried about that than I would the drones. What do you mean, the drones? They're nothing. They're of no consequences. And you are going to do nothing about it anyway, and no one cares. You will either die or you'll live. And you'll cross out of your body and big fucking deal. We all die. They say that psychedelics are great for releasing trauma, but is it true? Or is that what you've been told? See, because, yeah, I think you can release your trauma by feeling it. And I feel like you don't have to medicate yourself to feel it. I know what they say, but I also, to unblock trauma, that's what they say. I'm sorry, I disagree. That's just me. If you have to take any kind of anything and you can't be present in yourself and fix yourself from trauma, I don't know what to say. I feel like you have to feel it and then release it. And that doesn't take psychedelics. You know what happened to you. I mean, unless you're in the MK Ultra program, most people aren't. So, you know. Yeah, well, somebody else asked the question about psychedelics. You know, you're either psychic or you're not. That's it. My thoughts on any medication are don't take it unless absolutely necessary. If I have to have surgery, obviously I have to have an, what do you call it? whatever it is, the stuff that puts you to sleep. I can't even think of the name of it right now. I have to have the shit that puts you to sleep. If I have my tooth done, I have to have the Novocaine in my mouth, right? But I don't take any medicine. General anesthetic. Yeah, thank you. I don't take medicine. I mean, I wish I did, but I don't. Black magic is definitely real. Yeah, I don't take any of that shit. I don't want it. I'm not a buyer. I'm not a hoe for the drug companies, the pharmaceuticals. Oh, you need a mammogram. Oh, you need to get your colonoscopy. Oh, at my age, they would tell me that. I do not go to the doctor. So I don't have health insurance. They're not going to keep me in there unless I go to like All of You Hospital or wherever. And if I'm dying, I'll go there. And then they'll treat me like every illegal that came into the country. And they'll treat me like they treat them, or at least they should. But I don't have insurance and I don't want insurance. There's nothing wrong with me. Sorry, I don't buy into it. See, the mindset for me, and this is just me, okay? The mindset for me is that if I run around saying I need to keep a job because it gives me insurance, and I'm 28, 29, okay, so you're gonna have a job your whole life in case you get sick. I'm not sick. I'm not putting that into my brain. I'm not sick, and I'm not gonna run around going, I have to take that job where you wanna tie me down to 45 hours a week, rip me off, make me exhausted. I'm already exhausted and I work for myself, but working for you, I'd be more exhausted because I'd have to drive through traffic or some bullshit. I'm not going to do that. I am not sick. I don't need you to help me. I am sleepy. I would like to sleep, but I'm doing a live stream. It's okay at 60 to be sleepy, right? Is that okay? Like it's okay for you that I'm sleepy. Hi, let me compliment you. You look like you're fucking tired, pale, and sick. Oh, thank you for the compliment. Who taught you to speak like that out loud? Did your mama talk to you that way? Or was your mama just a bitch that didn't teach you how to be polite? God, people are so fucked up. If I look tired, keep it to yourself. Say nice things. You got it? No, I'm serious. Like, how were you fucking raised? Oh my God, it looks like you have a big zit on your fucking face. Thank you so much. That was a polite thing to say. That made me feel much better about myself. Fuck off. Losers. No, I'm serious. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to say, if you're going to talk that way to me, you're going to get punched back. I hate people crossing boundaries with words, acting like it's concern. Oh, I'm just concerned for you because you look tired. So what if I do look tired? Am I supposed to be a non-human and never show my aging or my face? Right. Exactly. So every time you talk that way, I'm talking that way back. If you say some bitchy thing, I'm going to checkmate you with it back. That's what I like to do. Punch you in the face after you've tried to slap me so that you feel the hit harder. Got it? Because don't cross a boundary. Yeah, people, telepathy is a thing. I know this world, people are just fucked up. They come up, oh, you look like shit. If I do look like shit, maybe you should say something nice so that I feel better about myself. Right? Oh my God. Fucking people. Yeah, anyway, I don't know. It's ignorant. People are ignorant. Telepathy is a definite thing. I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired 24/7 too. I do a lot. I work for myself. Everything is on my shoulders. I don't have anybody like helping me. It goes onto my shoulders. Period. I pay all my bills. I pay other people's bills. I take care of fucking everything. Myself as a little girl. Oh, I'm sorry. As a granny. As an old granny. Bitch. Exactly. Yeah, no. You know what? Here's the thing on this planet. I've heard people say shit to people and you say it and I'm like, the fuck are you saying? People in my personal life don't speak to me that way because if they speak to me that way, they're going to get punched with my mouth, which I guarantee you will make you want to go to an insane asylum. Yeah. So anyway, we should all like talk to people nicer when you're actually talking to them in life, right? We should. No, I look my age. Do you know why you think I look younger? And I'll tell you the truth. The reason people I think I look good for my age is because most of the people my age are smoking weed all day, drinking, pill popping, and not taking care of themselves and doing all that shit. I don't touch my face. I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I drink water and I try to sleep. Sometimes I get tired, so there's that. They get tired. But you guys, next year, we're going to be blown up by shit. Oh my God. So, more importantly, what everybody needs to do, I feel like, you need to get yourself in order to clear your trauma so you can see what's going on in front of you. Because I don't have the energy or breath to explain it anymore. Politically, everything. You actually have to look. No, I don't do skincare. I use Neutrogena to wash my face, and I sleep in my makeup most nights so I can get up in the morning and go running, and then I wash my face. Then I reapply makeup in the afternoon. If I have to go out, I do it in the morning. I usually do not wash my face at night. I sleep, get up, and go running. That's just so I don't have to put it on at 5 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, it's a true story. Sorry if it pisses everybody off. I've been doing it for years. I do wash it off sometimes. Like when I wash my sheets, the first week, I do wash my makeup off. But then it just gets, makeup bound. But then again, I sleep by myself, so I don't fucking care, right? I don't care. But anyway, yeah, it's just easier in the morning. But we have to, in the coming year, everybody has to heal their trauma. You have to heal your trauma, which means you have to look at it directly and correctly and not take it personally to you. You have to observe it, you have to speak it, you have to feel it, and then you have to clear it. Once you do that, then you'll be able to see what goes on. That's what you'll be able to see. I don't drink any kind of herbal tea. I have, but I don't because I just can't be bothered to drink any tea. I drink water and that's pretty much it. And coffee. Yeah, it's true. That's why I get hyper. I drink coffee. It's fun. I like all kinds of coffee all day long. Not all day long. I drink 3 cups, or 3 espressos. Yeah, I do that. So in order to heal your own trauma, you don't need to go to anybody, or you can, but to heal it, you have to be able to feel it. In order to feel it, you cannot block yourself with medications. So you've got to become drug-free. I realize there's exceptions to that, but this society likes to medicate you. Look what they did to people like Kurt Cobain. As a little boy that was hyper, they gave him Adderall. So they gave him speed. That sounds like it's a smart thing to do. And they said the speed will help him in school. Meanwhile, he dropped out or did whatever he did, whatever the hell he did. But he became an addict in his life because they set him up to be an addict. So you can't let that happen to your kids. For all the school teachers out there who are going to hate my guts when I say this, little boys and little girls, I was a hyper little girl, they are hyper. Just because you can't do your job and handle 40 kids like your little union tells you to, maybe you should get another job. You shouldn't tell my kid or their kid or her kid or his kid to go on meds to make your job easier, because that's a cop-out. You're medicating a human being because you can't stand their mouth. They don't sit still. They chew gum. They jiggle their legs. My kids did all that shit. I would scream at my kids, sit down, God damn it. And they would be, doing all kinds of kid shit. It is annoying, but I don't pretend to be a teacher. So I'm not going to do that. We have a huge problem. And what I noticed, and I noticed it with, I think it was Jason when he was at Burbank High School and he didn't want to take Spanish. For whatever reason, he just didn't want to do Spanish. So we're like, so don't put him in another class or whatever, right? Obviously it would be good. The teachers do ask that. They tell you that. They write your kid up so much that you feel like your kid's some kind of fucking colossal fuck up because a bunch of losers that take a fucking job that they think that they should own you with a union behind them, and what they've done with the public school system and the indoctrination is bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm sure there's good teachers. My kids have had really good teachers, but not all of them. Some of them were bitches. But here's the problem. Jason didn't want to take Spanish, so we were written up, okay? You know, like that. We were written up and we were sent to like this school district meeting and there was like a school cop and a this because it's big money. They get paid money to do that. So what I did is I told them we're moving to Florida and pulled my kid out of school right then and right there because they wanted me to sign a document that they could take action against us if Jason did something. Well, I'm not responsible for Jason in his own 15, 14-year-old mind, whatever the hell. I'm not responsible for that. I'm going to obviously be responsible, but I don't know what he does when I'm not looking because he's a teenager. So a lot of these parents get roped into disciplinary, then they put them in special schools, then they penalize financially the parent, and there's a whole thing that goes on like that. Then they write a record. So they got this record and they're like, oh my God, right? Like this, they got this record and they're like, it follows your kid around. So they black mark your child. So I removed that and literally John was looking at me in that meeting like, what? We're not moving to Florida. I'm like, we're moving to Florida. We'll be out by the end of the week. That's it. And I took him out of that school, put him in another school where he graduated with honors. I'm not saying he was an easy student. I'm just saying he graduated with honors. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, they target you if they don't like you. And especially they're not going to like someone like him because he is rebellious. They made up stories about him. They did all kinds of shit. So I just said, we're going to Florida. And that took all their little power away. All their power away. I don't know why I said Florida. It just seemed like fun at the time. That's the kind of mom I was. So just pulled him right out of there, put him over there, and he did fine. Okay? So don't listen to a school when it comes to your kid, unless your kid is cutting off the heads of the family pet or something. Other than that, do not listen to them because they have an agenda and it's financial. When they yell at you about your kid being truant, what they're saying is they're not getting money off your kid's back. I thought education was a right and we pay for it in taxes. Why would these bitches get paid every day if my kid shows up? That I didn't agree to. But that's what school is. They make money off your kid's head. So when you keep your kid home, then they bitch at you, not because they care if little Johnny makes grades. They only care if they get their $80 per head or whatever it is, right? This one back here, Keith, I told this story. So it's graduation time frame. At the other school, the pretend school in Florida, the school district we moved to, a different one, it's graduation time. And so now I'm on their school phone list where the school calls you when your kid is not in school. All right. So my kid, thank you all for that. Thank you for the super chats, y'all. So my kid, I never got these phone calls, right? So it's graduation time. The principal decides to pick up the phone and tells me that my son has been missing in school for months. This is what she tells me. This is 2 weeks before graduation. Now, Keith is an honor student, but she's like, he's been missing for two months and he's not going to walk across the school. It's not going to walk. So for some reason, I care if Keith walks, right? I go to Keith, I tell him, I'm like, where the fuck have you been? I grabbed that 6'4" neck by the scruff of the collar. I was always like grabbing up at him like this. I go, where have you been? And he's like, oh, I was skateboarding. I go, how did you pass every exam? He goes, yeah, I go in, I write them, and I leave, right? I'm like, you leave? And he's like, yeah, I leave, I go skateboarding. They were downtown, they were in LA. I had no idea where my kid was. None whatsoever. Some psychic I am. This kid was all over Los Angeles. Big, tall, blonde kid, no idea. They were all skipping and jumping and doing all kinds of stuff, right? They jump with the skateboards and the scooters. No idea. So I said to the principal, why can't he walk? because he hasn't been in school and therefore he doesn't count as a student, i.e., they haven't been making money off him. I said, what does that have to do with his grades over here, right? What does it have to do with it? And she's like, well, he's not going to walk. I said, well, what can we do to get him to walk? This bitch was so sure that we couldn't do this in 2 weeks, but we did. She said he has to have, I think it was exactly 2 weeks of community service work with a community service establishment, and he needs to get a letter from them. So luckily, Lori Burns, the Teen Project, she had just that. So we went over there and I made Keith ask her to sign the paperwork, and she signed it that we've been working there all year, but he went back and worked there. But we had the paperwork and he graduated, and I was so proud of him. It was the funniest thing because he's like, I don't need to graduate. I don't care if I walk. I'm like, you motherfucker, you're walking. And excuse me, I don't even know why I cared. I was like, you're walking. He's like, no, it's okay. I'm like, we're filming it. We're filming it. And it was so funny. It was so funny. So Lori, God bless her, she signed the paperwork. She said he'd been working there all year. I did make him go back. I made him thank her, and I made him go back and work for her to work the time that he should have after the fact, but we couldn't do it, right? We couldn't do it before. And so the principal was just like there. And so anyway, I handed her the paperwork. I'm like, he can walk now, right? And he did. And so I was so proud of him. It was the biggest joke. And Jason's like, why are you making him walk? And I threw the worst tantrum. I was like, he's walking. I'm getting it on video. I'm taking pictures. I'm going to give him a graduation dinner. He's walking. And he did. And I don't know why I did that, but I did. And it was really fun. Anyway, they don't tell you shit, right? They don't tell you shit. And I was like, oh my God. So yeah, that's it. I didn't care about it, but I wanted him to do it. He'd worked so hard. He got honors. They both were on the honor roll. And I'm like, you will walk. And everybody was there. And so that's it. That's that. I don't care. It's going to happen. So I fell into that, but it's just really funny. Keith got his job. He worked for Uber mechanic right after that. And then, we smoked and played in the alley. Exactly. He worked for Uber, and then Kathy got him a job at FX. She was in the counting, and he had to go like write all the actors' stuff in. And then he worked for the glasses company, and he did catering on the weekend. So he was a busy guy, and he did it. It was hilarious. But I was like, you're fucking walking. He hit my face. He'd just laugh at me. He thought it was so funny, but we were going to do it. That's it. So it's really interesting that, yes, Keith was born on the 18th. It's really interesting that the school system that we pride our children in doing well at is really skewed for them to fail. Really skewed for them to fail. Like, my kids were very smart. They are smart. My mom graduated from college at 16. So there are people that are smart. Like, it wasn't me. I'm not, I'm not like that. Yeah. Well, your son's name is Jason. He's probably naughty too. I wish John Candy. Yes. John Candy lived in Newmarket. I lived in Newmarket in a group home. Canadian, used to watch him at Second City down in Toronto when he'd do stand up down there. But it's really interesting because you don't need to stay in school 12 or 13 years. I learned how to read and write, and I was never going to be very good at math anyway because it's not my thing. But I learned how to do all of that by the time I was 14. Like, you should know how to do that. Yay, Toronto. Toronto women are just fierce, loud spoken people. We say what's on our mind. But let's see, she did She really did. She went through college and everything as a teenager. And by the time people are going into college, she went into college at 16, graduated by the time people are going into college. And I have a couple of cousins that have like PhDs, masters, like all of that. Very young. Yes. And in Canada, there's a different school system. But yeah, she went into college at 16. You're correct. And then, so graduated high school, went into college. They were smart. That's it. I'm not saying I was. I never graduated from anything in my life and I never finished high school. So my kids went to, yeah, Jason went to private school for a few years until he broke his nose in school and they never called to tell me. The neighbor told me. So I took him out of that school. But they went to public school and yeah, I never graduated from school or got any sort of education whatsoever. And I'm very proud of that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to go against the mainstream. That's my son over there. So, whatever. Yeah. So I have no education, so I can't speak on it. It was nothing that I could do or even, and I never wanted my kids to go to college. I never said, go to college, don't go to college. I said, do what you want, but why would you waste hundreds of thousands of dollars if you're not going to be a doctor or a whatever? So that's what I said. Oh, my IQ is really smart. Yeah. No, obviously I'm smart. I've worked for myself my whole life without taking anything from anybody. So I've accomplished what they say you're supposed to accomplish and never taken anything from anyone. So yeah, I give it back to them. They give it to me. I shove it back sixfold so that I don't owe them. So I have a problem with people giving me shit, or even in a marriage if I'm not working, because I don't want to take from you because you'll twist it and use it against me. I don't like that. I find in my experience in this life. So there are many types of smart. Yeah. Well, if you're going to be something that needs training, like if there's like a doctor, you probably need training. Well, none of us were going to be doctors. So that wasn't going to be the thing. For my work, for what I do, this came naturally to me. So I was given a skill and my skill was this. Yeah, I don't know if I'm independent or not. I just can't bear to have a man give me anything. I used to yell at John when he opened the door. I'm like, stop doing that. Which it's not bad. I've gotten a bit calmer on that, but I just hate the whole thing. What you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to accept. I'll accept what I want and I won't when I don't. It's not a bad thing. It's just me. I have an issue with it. So I have an issue. Yeah, I know it's weird, but does Mars on the ascendant act like Pluto on the ascendant? No, they're two different planets. Pluto will hunt you down and fucking kill you 45 years later. I have Pluto in my first house. I forget nothing and I'll get even with you. Unfortunately, I don't mean to, but I know that's not good, but I do have a list and I go down my list and it could be decades later. But when you ask me for something, I'll make sure that you know what you did and then I'll shut you down back then. I can't help it. I'm sorry. It is a thing. It is a thing with me. I will do it. I'll warn you, and then I'll divorce your ass when you least expect it, because you've been playing with my mind and thinking that I'm just going to stay there. And it could be decades down the road, but it's in my head. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Mars in the first house will punch you in the face and step away and then come back and invite you to dinner, because Mars forgets the grudge. And Mars is more of a physicality. I'm just saying, decades later, really ridiculous shit later. Mars is very physical. So Mars is going to be, I have Mars on my ascendant in California, relocated chart, and I'm active physically. So I'm always doing things on a physical level. That's Mars on the first house. So that's it. Yeah. I have Pluto in the first house. Like, I will get even with you in ways that you haven't even thought of. Like I do hold a grudge. I try not to, but I remember what you said and did, and I may smile to your face, but you'll never get past me again. Yeah, I don't forget shit. Yeah, Mars is more like instant anger and then they forget about it. Mars is it's different. It's spontaneous and quick. Pluto is like a long-term illness that erodes everything. So Pluto's a lot more intense than Mars. They did used to share the same symbolism in astrology until Pluto became its own non-planet. Whatever. So yeah, Mars is like that, right? That's how it is. So it depends. It depends, but wipes, tear, never forget. I don't know what that means. I'm terrified to ask what that means. Um, yeah. No, Pluto will hunt you down. Like, Pluto will fuck you up when they're a 98-year-old little old man with a cane and they can't even walk and their eyesight's gone. If they recognize your voice and you fuck them over, they're coming back for you. You may not know when it happens and you may not know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen with Pluto. It will happen. Yeah, it will happen. That's what will happen. It will absolutely do that. Y'all have to find your own rising sign by your time of birth. You have to know your natal chart, your sun, moon, and rising, the placement of your planets, the degrees of your planets, all of those things. That's what you have to know. No, it will happen with Pluto in the first. I mean, Pluto on the ascendant. Absolutely. Oh, no. I hate people that go to prison. Excuse me. Not because they're in prison, but because that's another government scam. They take our money and they cage people and they make them jump through hoops. Some people do get better after they've been in prison, but it's not about rehabilitating. It's really a sick society we live in. Sick society. Sick society. Terrible. Yeah. So you guys got to know your time of birth and then you got to erect a chart. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. And yes, I believe Jay-Z's going to go. We haven't even seen the beginning of this. It's going to happen. It's going to happen and it's going to be problematic as hell. Because every person that you've idolized and every person that you've bought their t-shirts, their clothing, their shirts, every company, every brand, there's probably half of them involved in the system hierarchy of harming children. So those are the things you're going to find out. And it's going to bother you because you've been taught to idol people you don't know. Like I hear all the time people saying, oh my God, LeBron James would never do that. I'm like, yeah, okay. LeBron James is an athlete who's enslaved. And then John will go, but he's 6'9" or 7 or whatever he is. I can't remember what he said. As if, and that is relevant. Like you're not going to enslave a 5'2" man because he's not going to play basketball, right? So that is true. But they log these families through genetic histories and lineage, okay, so past relatives, and then they MK Ultra them, and he would never get into that position of that type of earning unless he agreed to play those games. And he's the one that said there ain't nothing like a Diddy party, like we're all fucking stupid. And it's even better yet when they put pizzas on their stuff and they're like, here's the pizzas, Ellen DeGeneres at the Oscars. Oh, let's hand out pizza. What kind of pizza do you want? Shove it right in your face like you are stupid. Now, I'm not the one that said, and I'm going to say Pizzagate again because you just all triggered me, but I'm not the one that said, oh, pizza doesn't mean that. That came from the FBI. The FBI put the word pizza as a code word for child porn. Because if you go around saying child porn, obviously that is, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble sitting here because the pillow is slipping. Anyway, because I'm too short for this, but I'm not really short. But anyway, you have to have a code word because you can't go around saying shit where like random people are going to be like, what the fuck did you just say? So this is how they get around signs, symbols, and that. So any actor running around with pizza knows better. Okay. They know better. If you know what that is, the FBI chart. If you know what that is, then you know they know what that is, right? So you know that they know and you know, so they're just shoving it in your face. They're shoving it in your face. They just want to go, na, 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 boo, boo. We're smarter than you and you're all so dumb. Here's what Pizzagate was. I'm going to say this again. Hopefully I get it right. Because I've been called crazy by friends of mine and all kinds of things. But Pizzagate, here's how it started. So this kid named Seth Rich was working for Bernie Sanders. And he thought that Hillary Clinton was fucking with Bernie Sanders. And even though they're on the same team, he was like, I'm going to go download her fucking emails because I think that this bitch is being problematic to my guy and she's playing unfair. So I'm going to find out and do something and find out, what the hell's going on, right? So he downloads, I believe it was 65,000 emails from Clinton. As they're going through them, he's like, what is this? Cheese pizza with walnut sauce, pizza party, deliver the pizza here. Here's the hot dog. Like every other word was this nonsense. They also talked about the spirit cooking parties because of course everybody and their cousin wants their government doing spirit cooking, especially when you know metaphysically what that means. And especially when Hillary Clinton poses with John Podesta, big evil piece of shit, her security dude, and they're posing on a magazine with, and I've seen this in a very famous restaurant in Beverly Hills, which is why I will not eat there. I will not eat there. If you're going to put this picture up in your restaurant, you need to not serve food. Anyway, in the office of the securities, whatever John Podesta was to Hillary Clinton, security guy, whatever, there is a picture. The two of them are standing and there's a picture of people eating a human being behind them. Ta-da! Because that's what we need in the White House. Because that's the proper kind of artwork. Not a dog. I mean, you people flip out when people show people on horses in the royal family hunting ducks with their dogs. You people go fucking crazy for that. You're like, don't hurt the dog. Meanwhile, they've got a picture of people eating people. Chief of staff, thank you. And he was to Obama too, right? So this picture's there. It's on a magazine. Google it. Pizzagate, all right? Pizzagate is the knowledge from these emails that the pizza was being distributed through like a taxi service from Comet Ping Pong Pizza. God, it'd be nice if I could speak. Comet Ping Pong Pizza. All of the Washington hierarchy government people would go there. Pizza boxes were going out. Now remember, back in the day, because I'm fucking old, back in the day, taxis, the show Taxi. So you're given a slip and it's like, go pick this person up at 5th and Broadway or whatever. The call would come in. You take the slip, you go pick the chick up, you drop her off wherever, you bring back the money, blah, blah, blah. That's what was happening with the pizza. The pizza was being delivered. No one said the shit was going on underneath there. They mind controlled some doofus smoking too much pot or drinking too much booze or fucking eating crack, whatever he was doing. And he called in a false alarm saying kids were being held under Ping Pong Comet Pizza. No. But who owned that pizzeria? Oh, that's right. James Alefantis. Now go back and Google it because I've saved it on hard drives. James Alefantis and his Instagram posts. His Instagram posts had a picture of a cute baby with some butt beads around its neck and a price tag for like $30,000. Right? Right. So what kind of message is that? Yeah, Mr. Alefantis also got like most powerful person in Washington, D.C. Right? Why? Because he makes fucking pizza? Come on now, you guys. No. So anyway, Seth Rich handed those documents off to WikiLeaks, which was Julian Assange. Now, Julian Assange is like the fence guy. He takes the stolen merchandise and he puts it up on an internet website. He houses it there. And then people can go and download it. So Seth Rich, 32 years old or 34, whatever, under 40, walking home in Washington, D.C., and he gets shot twice in the back of the head. It's robbery, the motive. Yet his wallet's still on him with all the money in it because It's not robbery. They murdered him for doing that because he pointed out that the White House bought $60,000 in hot dogs and pizza. Pizza was going in and out. Podesta was buying pizza, talking about pizza, doing all that about pizza, 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 pizza. Like, how much? Fucking save it for your personal emails, you whack jobs, not the taxpayers. And so they're shining this flashlight. Now, he was 27. Thank you. He wasn't even 30. There you go. I knew he was young, super young, and really naive, thinking he could change the world and wanted to support Bernie Sanders. Exactly. So then you see this bitch Ellen at the Oscars, and she's like, "We brought pizza for everybody here, audience. Swallow this hook, line, and sinker." Right? Right. Okay, so anyway, those of you that know. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, thank you for saying happy birthday to Keith. Thank you so much. So then after that, we learned about Maria Abramovic. I'm trying to say the name correctly. We learned about her. We learned about the pizza parties, the walnut sauce, what they do with the kids, where they're delivered, John Podesta, Tony Podesta's artwork, Madeleine McCain, all of this shit. We learned about Red Shoe Club. That we learned from Macaulay Culkin. We learned about all of this. We learned about the devil Tony Mottola from Michael Jackson. We learned all about this. And yet still people call us crazy. I don't think I'm fucking crazy. I think it goes on. That's what I think. And I know it goes on. It's sold on the dark web. They've murdered babies on the dark web. That's a fact. That's a fact. People pay to see that. The movie Taken with Liam Neeson, where they're spending 400,000 for the teenage girls that they kidnap so that these Saudi fucks can do whatever to them. That's a thing. So when you're looking at somebody like P. Diddy, let's look at P. Diddy. Okay, when you're looking at somebody like P. Diddy, you are looking at a person that has agreed to be the front face, like the model for Lancome, if you will. P. Diddy is the face of this industry, but he's puppeteered by everyone around him. He's being scapegoated. I feel that he's being scapegoated. So we have I forget his name every time. We have Clive Davis and I can't think of his name. Anyway, my brain is fried. Anyway, the other one, and they all go down the line. And P. Diddy is the public front name, just like you get like, you know, Anna Nicole Smith was the model for Guess Jeans. P. Diddy is the model for Pedogate. He's up front and center. It's all about procuring and trafficking. During the Super Bowl, when you have people going to the Super Bowl, coming into wherever it is, and they do that. Me and Lori went out on the streets with some Marine guys. I think that's what it was. Anyway, we went out on them with some Army or Marine guys watching us. The girls are on the street around where they do the Super Bowl wearing floss. These girls' boobs were out. I was overdressed, okay? Their boobs are out. They got nothing on their bottoms but a piece of string. Like, it is... So, David Geffen, thank you, David Geffen. It just went right out of my head. They got nothing on. They're in heels and they got nothing on. They are run by these rappers and celebrities on the streets and it trickles down. It goes up. It's all about money. Human flesh trade. You don't think it is? These poor girls are out there naked. And that's not a them problem. That's some other kind of fucking problem. They are held hostage and they are forced into it. For whatever the reason, I don't care. So there's a whole line of problem. The NFL is just another word for highlighting and diverting attention from the money laundering and trafficking and procurement of the athletes involved in those industries. Because as much money as you think they have, they are not free. They are not free. They are not free. They're not free. David Geffen, correct. We make up these names for people. They really are not free. The poor people that are sports athletes, they're not free. They have to do what... Okay, so kids have been taught, like, if you play football, if you do this, if you do that, It's like an honor. They get kids when they're little. They want to go to Harvard. Your kid's never getting to Harvard unless your family is connected to Harvard, and you know what I'm talking about. Like your little kid, if he goes to Harvard or he goes to Stanford, they're Illuminati, or the family is, or somebody's vying for them to get into it. The athletes, maybe you may hear what they get, but they can't live a normal life. And why do you think all of them are so deranged? What's going on? Yeah, frazzle drip. I never say that right either. Exactly. Google that one and figure that out. Figure that one out. Figure it out. It's disgusting. 9 cops killed themselves after watching the tape that was labeled, found on Anthony Weiner's laptop, sent to the humanities minister Peter Danglish, found on his laptop, the pedo in 2016 that was on the Canadian humanities minister. Trudeau hired him because of course he did. Anyway, found on that laptop, went all around town. It was a file called life insurance. Now, Anthony Weiner had it. Anthony Weiner's a douchebag, but he was just jacking off to some fucking teenager while his son was in the room, which is perverse in and of itself. However, his offense is the least offense of whatever the fuck. That was stupid of them to draw attention to that, because he had the thing saying life insurance on his computer. Life insurance was Hillary Clinton and Uma Abedin, and it was those two doing something with a toddler, something like the movie Face Off, which, ask yourself, why is there a movie called Face Off? What does that mean? So anyway, that tape was taken into custody because of Anthony Weiner's fucked up actions while trying to sex the 14 or 15-year-old, whatever it was, while his 4-year-old or 3-year-old son was in the bassinet in the room beside him, right? So they take the computer, they look at this tape, and the policemen, there was either 9 of them or 11 of them. I've forgotten the details of that. But they all committed suicide after they saw that, especially the guy that was retiring in 2 months, because that makes perfect sense. He's 65, 70, whatever he is, and he decided, you know what? Instead of getting that huge government bonus, I'm going to kill myself. Not true. Try the other word. Try red room and turn it around. You know? Try that. Try that word. That's what happened. Yes, they were marked. It's exactly right. But that doesn't change the fact that Uma Abedin and Hillary Clinton did what they did. And there you have it. That's it. Dan Schneider, that was such common knowledge. I said that at a dinner party, and my cousin's brother was like, it's my cousin-in-law, her family was in, and they were just looking at me like I was fucking crazy. Years later, they're like, yeah, she wasn't crazy. I'm not crazy. It's obvious to me. People want to think those people are good. You want to think they're good. Who told you they're good? You don't know who's good until you know them personally. That's it. That's it. That's all. I don't think Jan Snyder can be the dad of Britney Spears. I think you mean Brittany Lynn, the daughter, the sister, who's baby. And I don't know. I don't have a feeling about that. All right, you guys, I've got to go to class, so I'm over and out. I just thought I'd come. Is Dan Snyder a pedo? He wouldn't be where he is if he's not. And he wouldn't be doing juvenile child sexual jokes. That all goes back to Brian Singer, Mark Collins Rector, and all of those guys back before Corey Feldman, and bringing that up before the age of computers, etc. That goes back all the way back there. And so what they do and how they digitize all those young boy actors like Brad Renfro and all of them, Brian Singer, whose wife gave him a child and took a payoff. Yeah, that Brian Singer, the one who's a year older than me, born in 65. I think he's a fucked up Virgo. Could be wrong. Anyway, that guy. Yeah, he likes them young and little. Let's go to the show The Office, right? Who's that guy on The Office? Look up the guy on The Office, because I never watched that show. Excuse me. Almost choked. Look up the guy on The Office that has the Haitian Foundation. Rainn Wilson. There. God, it takes me so long to remember. Then look at his tweets about young babies peeing in the shampoo, baby's blood for breakfast, and all of this shit. Look his tweets up because I've saved them on hard drives and they've gone all over. But look his tweets up. And he owns a Haitian little brown skinned babies foundation to donate to so he can justify going to Haiti, aka Sean Penn. Loving it in Haiti. That little man loved it in Haiti. I mean, that adult man, he's older than me, loved it in Haiti. What you doing over there in Haiti? What are you doing? What are you doing? So start thinking about these people. Yes, Rainn Wilson has a Haitian foundation. Look it up. They love brown-skinned babies in Haiti. The country of Haiti has been gridded. The children of Haiti have been raped. They don't even have food. The Clintons and everybody else sent hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars over there that they never gave to the people of Haiti. Meanwhile, your bleeding heart is like, I'm going to be a good person and give to the babies of Haiti. Good in concept, but never give to a corporation because they will rip you off and suck your dick and fucking toss you out of the car on the way to get their next victim. So don't do that unless you're going to go to Haiti yourself and give the money yourself. Those children in Haiti aren't even safe. Sometimes they don't even get food. I had a friend that was working down there and they didn't even get food. Like the ration of food was like a handful of rice. Okay, so the country was raped according to their president or prime minister or whoever it is that runs Haiti. The Clintons took their money. And then we get to Laura Silsbury. Laura Silsbury took 33 children. She worked for the Clintons. She took 33 children. Oh, I'm Laura Silsbury. I'm going to go through the airport with my 33, interesting number, of little brown-skinned babies from where? I want to hear it. Haiti. Brown-skinned babies, and said that they were orphaned. They're orphaned. Oh, the poor babies. She's so good. She's saving them. Wrong. She stole them. She worked for the Clinton Foundation. She took them. They had parents. They were not orphaned. There may have been somebody that didn't have a parent, but the majority of them were stolen from families there because they justify it in third world countries as if we're going to come in and we need to take them because we're better than you. Never take anyone's children, even if they're in poverty. Don't do it. It's not your place. Don't do it. If they're getting beaten and raped, take the kid. Other than that, money's not a reason to take the kid. Third world country, not a reason. How dare you? She gets caught at the border. She gets punished, fined, whatever it is. The kids go back. The Clintons hire a lawyer. He's a convicted pedophile. Just look it up. Look it up. And then there's Chrissy Teigen and John Legend. Those two jackasses. Chrissy Teigen. Everybody wants to be like her, but she says, I'm watching toddlers and tiaras driving around the parking lot and like a pedo. Who writes that about themselves? Are you sick in the head? Why is anybody giving that? Don't get depressed about it. Get angry about it. Get angry about it. Don't buy her books. Don't buy their shit. Stand up. Tell everybody you can about it till people understand it, and eventually they're pushed out. May not be in my lifetime, but they will be pushed out. Push them out. Chrissy Teigen is a lady boy. Sorry. Oh, that's mean. Don't be mean, Sloan. I really wonder if she had those children. John Legend looks female. She looks male to me. That's all I'm saying. Just look it up. Look up her tweets. And then I had a friend. We're not friends anymore. She's like, why are you being mean to Chrissy Teigen? And I'm like, did she just say she was a fucking pedophile and she wanted to pedo some kid on toddlers and tiaras? Did she say that? Did she say that? So you're defending her because she's a celebrity and you're a brainwashed idiot who's been my friend for 20 years that I no longer talk to because she said that stupid shit, and I'm not going to back down. So now I don't get to go to the good parties. Anyway, fuck that. Come on now, people. Read what she wrote. Read what she wrote. Then come back and tell me I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. What adult woman writes that shit? No. Everybody has to protect children. Be vocal about it. Speak about it. It has to be done. Even if they threaten to kill you, stand up in the face. Stand up. Stand up to it. Yeah, she deleted them, but I saved them on a hard drive. I was doing this work 20 years ago, but going back into like 2005, 2006, 2008, I have all the tweets. I have them. She can delete all she fucking wants. I already saved them. I also saved the Biltmore Hotel, Anderson Cooper, and the artwork like this, where he's tied to the pool with all the little boys' buttholes are bright red. Sodomy ritual. Sodomy ritual. And you wonder why these people are sex addicts, drug addicts, mentally off, all the way down. It's because of that. All right, now I'm going. Oh, yeah. Army Hammer, his mother defending him. Okay, I think your mother's weird and you can't defend what he did. He said what he said. It's already been said. He said what he said. Army Hammer, good-looking man, don't go near him. Insane, wants to eat humans, which, by the way, is not illegal. You just can't murder them to eat them. Tony Podesta, all his artwork. John Podesta. Everything that they've done. It's just murder, rape, pillage, present themselves as authority to you, put them on your TV, create music, and you'll follow their political ideation. Don't do it. All right, you guys, on that happy note, I'm out for the evening because now I really am late for class and I must go. Okay, bye, you guys. Bye. Mwah. Bye. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a really good night. Bye. Oh, hold on.